Fa la 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 la.
And back to serious business. Welcome to another episode of UnsKripted. This is the Christmas edition. Hope everyone's doing good. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you're having fun out there. Hope you're spending time with family. Hope you're getting gifts and giving gifts. And as usual, we're here to do what we do. Real people, real issues, real talk. But today we're going to keep it on a merry, merry note. And we're going to talk about what Christmas means to me, what Christmas means to you, and what Christmas really is about. And as usual, I have my world-class wrecking crew with me. On my right, I have
Kumi.
On my immediate left, I have
Koye, your favorite MC.
And on the extreme left, with 4 syllables. And as you know, it's your boy, Tizo. Welcome to UnsKripted. And like I said, it's all about Christmas. How's everyone doing?
Jolly.
Merry. Yeah, merry.
Are you jolly? Are
Has
you
it really
merry?
been a Merry Christmas to you?
Not yet, but I think I'm
It's getting there.
I'm in the mood
Getting
already.
there?
It's getting there.
Okay, all right. So maybe they are not the ones paying the bills or buying the gifts, but for those of us that are buying the gifts and paying all the bills, it's a time of the year where we have to take deep breaths and not look at the economy and not look at our bank accounts and just do what needs to be done at this time of the year. But having said that, I'm glad everyone is here today. I'm glad everyone's looking good. I'm glad everyone is celebratory mode. I mean, it's not everyone that has a privilege to celebrate Christmas every year. And for those of us that can, it's great. It's on us to ensure that we spread the cheer across the entire globe. So today, it's all about Christmas. And I'm going to start by asking the penultimate question: what is Christmas to you? I'll start with Titi Lokwe because she has this rather very shiny Merry Christmas crown.
She's in the Christmas mood.
And you know she's in the mood. She has the bucks to spend, or rather she's been receiving all the gifts. Titi Lokwe, what is Christmas to you?
Okay, personally, Christmas is a time for me to shine Jesus in people's face. That's the way I see it. For those of us, there are some of us that, every day we don't, I'm sorry to say, maybe we are not comfortable or maybe we don't deliberately talk about Jesus and all that. But as I'm giving you gifts, I'm slamming a Bible verse on you.
Unashamed.
For you?
Yes, now.
Don't
Like
give
my
me
bosses at work, some other spaces that I don't always, push out my Christianity out there in the face. Yeah, they know I'm a Christian, but the Christmas season for me has been a time to, just talk about Jesus personally. And of course, because the kids are always about Mary, Mary. For me, forget this tiara you're seeing here. I'm not really a Christmas person. This is my first Christmas sweater. Yes, it's my first Christmas sweater. But because I started having kids, I have to do those shopping. So I grabbed one for myself and all of that.
So do you have the pajamas photo shoots?
I never had that.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, but now that the children are all about that, you have to do that for them.
Oh,
but again, don't miss my points. For me, it's all about Jesus, slamming Jesus in your face.
Awesome.
All right, so thank you for that, Titi Lokwe. Koye, over to you.
Christmas for me is a time to party. It has been like that.
I mean, I can see from your...
It has.
Your sweater is ugly sweatering.
It's
ugly sweatering.
It's ugly.
I
mean, I remember from way back, this is probably 15, 20 years ago, I realized that I actually used to look forward to Christmas because any party that was happening, I was there. I mean, even as bad as they did not invite me, as long as I'm serious though, as in I don't know where the spirit just came from. Once it's Christmas, once I know it's December season, I'm outside. I'm celebrating Jesus on Jesus' behalf, as far as I'm concerned, because he might not be here to celebrate with us physically, but I'm representing him by partying. I'm there. I don't know how to. Even this Christmas,
He's outside.
Don't tell me there's party.
So basically, before I go to Kumi, Christmas to you has been about your kids because you weren't really dabbling in
like
before.
I said, no, it has been about a time to be all about the whole Jesus thing. put it in people's faces.
So you put on your missionary cap when it comes to Christmas.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like I
But
think
the kids got you in the ugly sweater mode.
in the ugly sweater mode and
I know the
partying and all
fanfare.
that.
And Koye is all about partying.
Yes.
Party.
party.
Let's
Okay,
let's
okay.
party. I'll be
That's
there.
fair. Let's see what Kumi has to say. So
Christmas for me, I mean, growing up, it was all about spending time with family. That's when like cousins, everybody around. But I would say recently, Christmas for me has been about giving. I
Okay.
feel like I learned that from my mom. It's just a reason to.
I'm looking around for the gift.
For the
you brought
gift,
for
no,
us.
she's
It's
bringing.
coming. If
It's
you've been
coming,
good
it's
to me
coming.
this
For us,
year,
so, yeah.
God's gonna
If
tell
not
me.
this year, maybe next year.
Yeah, if you've been good to me, and I know I've been
Oh.
good to people, so
Yeah.
let the
You've been
gifts come in.
Conditional gift giving.
Whatever. It shall give me, and you're collecting. But like Christmas for me is like recently has just been about giving, just a way of appreciating the person.
Okay.
Just saying you impacted my life in any way, and for this I'm saying thank you.
Okay.
In however little as it can be. So it's just I like the fact of your being I like the feeling that you receive it when you receive a gift. So I like to make that impact in people as little as anything, as little as a Tim Hortons gift card. It's just
Okay.
the thoughts behind it, and I really really love that. So for me, Christmas is all about giving and being merry.
My shirt is large. I wear large size.
No, you get a gift card, Tim Hortons. You drink a lot of
You will
coffee,
collect
right?
what is.
What's that a bad thing?
Anyway,
See,
anyway.
everybody likes
You will collect
big
what
gifts
is.
for Christmas.
This Christmas messages I'm hearing is
Yeah.
sounding kind of similar to what I heard when we had that Valentine edition. And we were talking about giving, gifting,
Okay.
and love, and all
True,
that.
true.
So it seems like the Christmas theme is a lot more about just showing love, being in a good, cheery, merry mood,
Yeah.
going about having fun,
Yeah.
getting the family to go along the ride and all. But at the core, what exactly is Christmas? I mean, before we go into that, let me just say what Christmas is to
you.
me. Well, I think it's a bit of what everyone has touched on: partying, giving, receiving, spending time with
the
family,
family.
being very, very
Talking about
unashamed
Jesus.
about your faith.
Yeah.
Because it seems like this is the only time of the year where we are actually allowed to
Some
talk
of
about
us,
our faith.
exactly.
About faith, you know.
Like all my text messages are just like Jesus.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Don't send me
all
text
the
message
years,
though.
all the years that my text messages on Christmas are always very.
For real?
Jesus
I'm
is the
telling
reason
you,
for the
Jesus-
season.
Yes.
I used to.
And he is the
okay.
reason for the season.
He is,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I just have this
But the
pet
thing
peeve
is,
towards
with,
those
with
messages.
the way Christmas has kind of
Evolved,
evolved,
yeah.
it's a lot more about, and especially in the Western world where you're going to hear more of happy holidays than Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
It seems like they conscripted our holiday, but
Just-
as some would like to argue, we conscripted their
Hanukkah,
holiday
Exactly.
and made it Christmas. But we're not going to get too deep into those theological arguments and debates and all that. When Jesus was born, when he wasn't born, we're just saying Christmas Day as it is and what
Yeah.
it means to each and every one of us.
Yeah.
But having said that, looking across the years, and we do, I believe we do have some
Oh yeah.
interviews that we're going to go to the streets to get from people on the streets,
Yeah.
tell us exactly what Christmas means to them. So it's not just going to be about the four of us and our opinions.
Yeah.
You're going to hear what people are saying out there in terms of what Christmas it really is. The question that I want to throw now is Christmas and who it belongs to really. Is it more about the human tradition or is it about the Christian religion? And I know that the answer might not be so straightforward because looking at it is there's a bit of everything in there.
Yeah, there is.
But
There
we
is.
as the custodians, we as the Christians, those that follow Christ and are Christ-like, we hope, and we believe, what does Christmas really mean, or what should it really mean to even those that are just catching the fever but not understanding what it is about? So I will go to our most reverend Archpope, brother, who has been gone to
that
many
means-
schools
Oh,
of
who else did you
theology,
think it would be?
many schools of theology,
Have you been to theology?
I spent like,
That can be theology.
how many nights did you spend in the monastery just meditating on the word?
I was in the female hostel, so that
Ah.
won't count.
Okay.
Oh, this is unscripted. I can't say that. Okay.
Christmas edition.
Christmas edition. What Christmas means to me, without being overtly religious, is a time to actually celebrate not just the image but the person. And in celebrating the person, it comes to the fact that we know he came to give us an identity.
Yeah.
And it's like when we celebrate our birthday, we are celebrating the fact that a new year has started. So we are celebrating a new phase of our lives.
Okay.
But since we know Jesus' birthday, in quotes, is a reflection of for us to know that this is the time for us to know that someone came
Yeah.
and he came to give us a new identity so that we can become sons of God. So that for me, Christmas should now be a rekindling of that fact
Yep.
that
Okay,
this is this guy. Okay, I can call him guy. Abi,
Yeah,
now my
sure.
guy. This guy came and he didn't just come to just mark attendance, but he came so that I can be a person. I can be a person of substance. I can be a person that will be happy to live a life that is worth living. So that for me should be a reflection of what Christmas is. Celebrating Jesus' birth and why he came.
Yep.
That for me is
Fantastic.
Christmas.
Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Miss
Um,
Gwen.
I
And
remember-
she didn't go to
I did not go to theology school.
theology school, but
I did not go to
So
theology
what's
school.
wrong with
she's
theology?
gone to
I'm
the
just
school
saying.
of
Ad Knox. She went
the
to
Center
school.
of Life Ministry.
For me, how I look at it is, I just, as I said earlier to my friends, I said I just look at it as my daddy's birthday.
Nice,
Literally,
nice.
literally.
Nice.
And I know I'm going to go all out for my birthday, so why not go all out
I
for
mean,
me?
that's why I
And
go
like,
partying.
I mean, there's an angle, but like it's just like, okay, like this person means so much to me. This person has done so much for people.
Yeah.
This person has paid a huge sacrifice.
Yeah.
And now we're being reminded of, yes, this is around the time he was brought to life. So of course I'm going to go all out. Of course, and bear in mind this like it was a recent experience for me, so that's not how it has been. But that's just
So
my
disclaimer,
Yes,
wasn't
it's
always like
like
that.
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
She
But
had a
right
Damascus
now,
moment.
So cute.
She had a road to Damascus moment. The light shined on her, and she fell from the
My
horse.
daughter, my
And she
daughter.
heard the voice.
My daughter, my daughter.
celebrate me, and I'm celebrating him. Period.
Period.
That's it.
Period.
All right, Titi Lope.
Yeah, for me, like your question sounds like was the same question, so I'm just going to.
Yeah, but it's more about what. So the
Christmas.
first question was what is it? What is it to you?
Yeah.
This question is what should it be?
Okay, I love that because that clarifies it for me. So I'm a very trigger sensitive person.
Okay.
Like for birthdays, what's triggering this birthday? Okay, this is this person's birthday. So it's Kumi's birthday. I'm going to be all out, hyping her. Kumi, we are here for your party and all that. For anniversary, wedding anniversary, I'm like, okay, so what's happening? It's this marriage. I need to make this guy feel better. That, oh, I cherish this marriage. I want to be with you forever.
Nice.
So for me, Christmas is like I'm being compliant. Like, okay, this is the dedicated December 25th to 26th to the end of the year is dedicated to Jesus. I think that's how my psychology works, and that's why I'm not trying to maybe put myself across as somebody that is very religious, but to be honest, that's the way I take it. Like I'm all about
That's your most
Jesus.
religious time of the year.
Yes.
For real?
No, in
Okay.
terms of not the most religious, but in terms of putting it out there, like
Yes.
talking about
Oh,
Jesus.
okay. I get what
so
you mean. I get what you mean.
That's the time for me, and I feel that's the way it should be. Maybe not. I'm not trying to stop people. I just feel comfortable that way. Make it
For
all
her.
about Jesus.
Jesus is the reason.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
season,
You always
yeah.
send those texts.
Because
I send
this-
those
don't
kind
send
of
me
texts.
texts.
This goes to basically from what everyone has said, like what we are alluding to, what Christmas is, Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
I see it.
But do people out there really see it as Jesus' birthday or a time of the year where they get to indulge?
And indulge they do.
And indulge they do. Anyway, we're going to hit the streets. Kumi, you're going to do us the honors of hitting the
Yes.
streets. Let's go hear what they're saying out there, and we'll be back after we hear what the people are saying, because we're here for the people.
Yeah.
Real people, as they say.
To me, what Christmas means is like not only the birth of Jesus Christ, it also signifies his life and how how he lived when he was on earth.
For me, Christmas is a time of reflection. A lot has happened during the year. I think this time for Christmas is where you look back at how the year has gone and reflect on all the things that you're thankful for.
Christmas is a time of giving, a time to connect with family, friends, and loved ones. It's just a time to feel just that happiness inside.
Christmas is a very important time for me to spend with family, to share amongst each other, and to be merry and be joyful, and to be an example to others who don't know Christ, to let them know what the season really means. Yeah.
To me, Christmas is a reminder of the undying love that God has for us. So much so that he had to give us his precious son and to be born into the world.
Christmas to me is about the death of Christ, giving. It's about helping. That's how I feel Christmas is. It's about giving, and any way you can help. A lot of people that maybe they don't have any means of spending Christmas. Any way you can help them to have a beautiful Christmas or a beautiful day, make it happen.
Christmas is God's goodwill to humanity, to mankind, and that is Jesus Christ.
Growing up, Christmas means holidays, presents. Well, as an adult and a new father, it's a season where we are supposed to actually share love in as many ways as possible. It's a season where you think not for yourself, but for other people.
Christmas means love, family, joy, happiness, and all of the good things of life.
I would say for us as Christians, we should also try and strive to be like the way Jesus lived on earth. And yeah, that's basically what Christmas signifies to me.
Christmas is also a time that I get to reflect or, show this love to people around me, friends, families, and, everyone, basically. So, yeah.
Christmas is just a time where you can reflect back and, really show, not just say, love to as many people around you.
Like just creating time to bond with family, bond with friends, your loved ones, plenty of food, plenty of laughter, and just joy generally.
Christmas for me is also a time when you spend with your family to share the joy of the season with them, and it's always something I look forward to all the time.
That's interesting. I would say my most memorable Christmas experience is maybe back at home in Nigeria, where families gather and friends, we all gather on Christmas Day. We eat, we merry, and we just share about Jesus. And yeah, I'll say that's like my memorable Christmas.
Most memorable Christmas experience was when I was dancing, and we went on a Christmas tour in a production around like 10 countries. It was fantastic. So we were able to see Christmas across different cultures. It was great. Can never forget it. That was like 2013, 14.
Every Christmas is peculiar in its own way, but I think my most fondest memory was December 2020, where I got to spread the love of Christ and the joy to homeless people, about 200 on Christmas Day. So I think that remains my best memory of Christmas so far.
Most memorable Christmas experience was when I was still back home. So when I went to visit my grandma. So we do have a family meeting, everyone, uncles, aunties that we've not seen for years. We end up meeting. So those are like my memory of Christmas. So it's when everyone have to gather and family to meet again.
Oh, last year it was so awesome. I really enjoyed my Christmas with my children and my grandchildren. So it was awesome. And the Bible said the path of the justice as a shining light, it shineth more and more unto a perfect day. So I believe that this year Christmas will be better than last year's Christmas.
The best memory of Christmas for me is always when I have my family around. Living very far away from them makes that very challenging. So I remember last year when I had the opportunity to spend time with a lot more of my family members, and we shared stories, ate food, played a lot of games, and it was so good to be around with them. So that's what Christmas, the memorable Christmas experience that I have.
My most memorable Christmas experience would have to be baking with my mom. Back home, we would bake every Christmas a very big pudding, and we'll give it to our family and friends. So that, I would say that's my biggest, most memorable experience.
It's hard to tell because I am such a big fan of Christmas. I'm intentional about making memories every Christmas, so I can't really say like any memorable ones. Growing up, Christmas was about taking time out to visit all our family friends, and that means like going from one house to another. So we might be visiting maybe 20, 30 families in a day, and then that has changed over time. But I would say, like, in terms of the memorable one, I try to make every Christmas memorable for myself and for everyone around me at that particular point in time.
Fabulous. As you can see, everyone out there is in a merry mood.
Yeah.
And you heard what everyone said. Exactly what we said initially about how people had like everyone just picked on different parts of Christmas.
Yeah.
There were some that spoke about the essence, which is the birth of Christ and what it means to the world. There are some that just focused on what it means to them in terms of gifts, in terms of partying, in terms of spending time with family.
Family was a
Instead
common
of just
theme.
being in that jolly mood, because it's that time of the year where people are a lot less worried about things happening around them. They are more open to thinking joyous thoughts. So usually it's like the most fun, it's the most happy period of the year. You put it like that. So that's exactly what people are seeing out there. But to drive it home, really, and I'll speak to the Christian core of what Christmas is about, and it's talking about the birth of Jesus Christ and what he meant to us, because without Jesus being born, my dears, we wouldn't be here today.
Nope.
There wouldn't be UnsKripted, there wouldn't be a Center of Life Church, there wouldn't be Christians all over the world. It would be a world in condemnation, it would be a world that was still struggling with the effects of the fall of man in the Garden of Eden. And what Jesus coming to this world, leaving his throne in heaven, coming as mere man, you and I, and then dying on the cross, which is another significant event and life-changing happenstance that affected the world till today. And Christmas is the start of that remarkable story of Jesus Christ coming to earth. And Jesus is the reason for the season. And so at this time of the year, Titi Lokpa is going to be unapologetic,
sending text messages,
tell you about Jesus.
Whether
you must receive Jesus, or you're going
to. Whether receive the message, like you said. Now I'm not doing the work of the Holy Spirit, but at least you get a message from me.
Exactly.
That I'm not.
This time of the year, she's not going to hold back.
I'm not going to hold back.
She's going to fire you with those messages, let you know that this is what Christmas is about. This is what Jesus did for us, and this is why, if you are not a born-again Christian, you should consider having that relationship with God. I mean, I think one of the most essential fundamentals of Christianity is, and I won't pretend to be an expert of all the other religions, but it is the one where it is a story of a savior coming in form of man and then dying as man to save man. In the other religions, or most of the religious stories I've read, it's man sacrifices something to be connected with that so-called divine being. But in the scenario that we are in, the divine being comes and makes the ultimate sacrifice.
And that sacrifice just once.
Bring us closer to him. And that's why we actually are in a jolly mood, and that's why we should celebrate Christmas. And that's why we should have the cheer. We should be bold enough to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with everyone out there to let them know that this is what Jesus is, and this is what Jesus did, and this is why he did it, and this is the results. We are the results of what he has done.
What he has done.
And that's a fabulous story.
It is. And no greater story has ever been told.
I mean, and let's not be like I've been talking so much. Let Titi and Koye say a couple of things about that. As we round up the episode, we want you to take time off to go, grab that chicken, eat some jollof rice,
spend time with family,
maybe mac and cheese you eat. Well,
send text messages.
Those of us that eat jollof rice,
of course, you get one from me.
Don't send the message.
I will send it.
Send the messages, send the gift cards,
share the love,
share the love around,
and
reach out to people that you haven't spoken to maybe for the past
forever.
11 months.
True, that's actually something else that when you think of Christmas, it's like for families, it's an opportunity for them to bond again. And I mean, you've worked throughout the year. December is finally here. So you see families that have traveled from far, from near, converging at a particular point.
Oh, yes.
I think Christmas is always a reminder that even though Jesus came to give us a new life, it can actually be an opportunity for us to rekindle the love we have for our families,
and
friends,
and
also.
People that you've been blocking.
Exactly, unblock them. I mean,
send a message. You can block them.
Exactly. Might just be for 1 day or 2 days. You block people.
No, not about blocking. I think it's usually this time of the year. That's when I do like a full broadcast and message people that you haven't spoken to
forever.
And it makes sense.
So there's some people that receive only that Christmas.
Only that Christmas. I know that I mean, because there are people that send me messages just on Christmas Day.
And for me, I'll still appreciate it. Although I'll be like, oh, see this guy. But I'm still happy that at least you thought of me.
No, in my most enjoying moment.
I
remembered you.
That's very true.
Like, I still love you, bro, even though you may be far away. It might not be anything. It might just be
that
your roads don't cross anymore.
Yeah, true. I mean, life happens, family, you start new. Exactly. Totally agree.
Anyway, having said all that, to take it home, I would say, let's talk about personal experiences now.
Yeah.
What's your best memory of Christmas, Titi?
Was when my son sang in school.
Wow.
And he was actually at the forefront doing all the old.
What grade was he in then?
He was in grade 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, see my son. Like, I was doing the video and all that. So it was like, for me, there were a lot of people, and he actually took a very
significant
role.
Did you cry?
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I did, like, it was like the best
cried.
gift I've ever gotten. I should have cried.
Did he do a shout out to mommy when he was done? Shout out to mom!
No, I just took a lot of pictures and videos. Till now, I still like watch it. And
every time you watch it, you smile.
I smile, like, I love it.
That's my offspring.
That's that's my shine. I like that. I think for me, my most memorable Christmas memories, there are a couple all ensconced into one. Christmas growing up was a time when, as a family, I remember then, we always went to the village. That's back home in Nigeria. So you have cousins.
They go to their country home.
Country home. I beg your pardon. So we used to go to a country home back there in Nigeria. So family would come together. You see cousins, you see uncles, aunties. And I mean, the time where we were probably close to 50. And we all stayed in the same house. I mean, extended family. So it's a memory that I always cherish. And that for me is something I will forever be grateful for, to have experienced that.
Me, it was the food for me. Like
the food.
The food. Oh my God, there's no stopping. Nobody's telling you the meat is.
You
and you're cutting the liver, you're eating.
You understand? Christmas was one of those periods when you could freely eat more than 3 pieces of meat without any reservation. You no shame at all. You just be eating meat. You be dreaming of meat. You be sleeping of. Okay, let me.
Anyway, my own most memorable Christmas moment is kind of mixed.
Oh really?
Yeah, because now that I think of it, I think my father actually was scamming me at that point.
Are you serious?
About what?
About Santa Claus.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
was it Santa Claus or Father Christmas?
Well,
back then.
Let's say Santa Claus.
Let's say Santa Claus. Okay.
So, just to say how weird it was. So there was this. So, a light fixture was changed in our home.
Okay.
And my dad said it was Santa that did it, and I actually believed
Believe?
it.
Are you
And
serious?
I remembered as an adult, I'm like, how would I believe that?
Definitely I've
Santa
thought
came
about
all the way from the North Pole
To come.
just to change a light fixture.
Can
Like
you imagine?
really, that really.
Wow.
Is he watching it right now?
You might be
He
watching,
might be
but
watching. Or send him the video so he watches.
but you could have given me something more, like maybe bought me a toy car or video game or something, not a light fixture.
Wow.
Anyway, so it's yeah, and I think we missed that part as well. For those of us that have kids, that Christmas morning, now waking up to see gifts, and then you having to tell them, oh, Santa got
Santa
you
dropped this, yeah. No,
well,
besides,
and Santa is the part of the world that crept into a Christian
on the chimney.
because there's no Santa Claus in our Bible. Just in case you didn't know. So but as we know, we give gifts to our kids, our family members. So what's the harm? Let's let them have the gift. Give them a memory that they'll remember as they grow up, and they will associate that time of the year with cheer, with joy, with laughter and happiness. And I think that's the biggest selling point for the Christmas holidays, is that time of the year where you can actually, take time off work, don't take things too seriously, spend time with family, and engineer that feeling of joy, of happiness, and of course, ensure that you bring in that spiritual aspect to it. Ensure that the message of Christmas is preached in your home. Let your kids understand that it's not about a guy wearing a red costume
with the
flying on
white
imaginary
beard,
sleigh coming from the North Pole. No, it's about Jesus coming to earth and then bringing that message, like the angel said, a joy to the world. So that is what we are bringing, and that's what we should be educating our children and our family members about, what Christmas really is.
And another way to help, just to is not taking out all those hymns, all those the Heral Angels sing.
Come on,
because,
sing it, sing it.
Don't let me go on and on.
Sing it.
Because what I realize is, like, we might
in
get
case
so
you
caught
did not
up
know, Titi Lokwe comes from a family of songstrels.
of musicians.
They sing when they come out of the womb. The first step they do is
sing.
they spank their butts and they start singing.
You sing,
Yes.
So I think that helps, because you being caught up with all those, I need to do this work, I'm wrapping up at work, I'm buying sweaters and all of that. And even in some schools, they've taken out the whole in thingy. They just do one, maybe just paint and all of that. But as Christians, it could be as little as that. Yes, because right now, this period in my house, those songs are like on repeat.
Nice.
From when, then like my second son, the teachers are like, because he's just speaking his words and all that. They're like, it's amazing the way he sings all those lyrics.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
So I'm really excited about that. And I honestly encourage us to do that as Christians.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because they wouldn't read Luke 1-24 like we are doing right now. But
shout out to the COC doing 24 days of Christmas. So which is, people have been winning lots of gifts in our church. In case you don't have a church to go to,
you better come
to my church. You're gonna win great gifts. Anyways, I think we've touched on everything Christmassy. I think the high points here are as much as possible, spread the cheer, understand the message of Christmas, take it as a time of the year to be very, very unashamed about your faith. Let them know about Christ, what he means and what he's done for us, and why we're able to bring joy to the world by virtue of his sacrifice of coming to earth and being one of us, feeling our pains, feeling our emotions, and still doing the ultimate sacrifice of dying for our sins. Having said that, any last words, people? But Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
Invite me to your party.
I'll be there.
Take care now. That's another episode of UnsKripted. See you.
Bye, guys.
Next week.